floor. And if you're in menopause, perimenopause, and you're experiencing pelvic floor weakness, know that you're not alone. Today, I'm going to be showing you one pose that will help strengthen your pelvic floor, tone your core, strengthen your spine, and strengthen those hip flexors or stretch them. I know that core work can be especially challenging when we feel weak and tired, but don't worry, I'll be guiding you through step by step and also showing lots of beginner modifications for this pose. But before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos, and drop me a comment as always. And don't forget to download my free beginners bundle. The link is in the description. Let's get started. So today's pose is boat pose, and it's particularly good for helping strengthen the pelvic floor. I want you to think of your pelvic floor as like a hammock, supporting your bladder, your uterus, and your bowel. Sadly, as estrogen declines in menopause, this leads to weakening of the tissues, and that can lead to leakage when we cough, sneeze, or laugh. So strengthening the pelvic floor is essential because it helps with stability and core strength. Boat pose engages deep core muscles, and these are directly connected with the pelvic floor. It also improves blood circulation to the pelvic region, which promotes great muscle health. But it's not just the pelvic floor it's good for. It helps with strengthening the lower back and reducing back pain. It supports those hip joints and flexors, which when we do long periods of sitting get very tight. Also helps with balance and posture and reduces the risk of falls. So let's dive in. So I'm going to start showing you the full expression of boat pose, which you may not be able to do. It is very, very challenging. You're going to start seated and you're going to find those sit bones in your bottom. So wriggle around, move the flesh maybe from underneath. Keep your back, your spine nice and straight and long. Think about lifting the chest, and you're going to kind of lift the legs up, so we are extending them straight, pointed the toes, lifted the arms out parallel with the mat, and I am engaging my core and I am lifting the pelvic floor and I am breathing. Okay, that is really, really hard to do. The common mistakes are that we collapse back around the spine, we can't balance, we can't hold our pelvic floor, and we forget to breathe. Or we tense, right, by forgetting to breathe, and that actually doesn't help the pelvic floor, right? It's not strengthening it. So I'm going to show you modifications to help you work up towards that pose, because honestly, it's the best thing you can do for your pelvic floor. So here's a couple of beginner-friendly modifications, and they both use the mat or the floor as a support. So the first one is actually placing your arms behind you, lengthening the spine, opening the chest, maybe rolling the shoulders back, and then keeping the knees, the legs together. Think about lifting one leg up, placing it down, the other, lifting the pelvic floor at the same time, placing it down, and then keeping the pelvic floor lifted, lifting both off the mat, squeezing everything together. Don't forget to breathe, bringing them down. The other one is to keep the feet on the floor, place your hands underneath your thighs, and this is great for really starting to work these back muscles, okay? And then lifting one leg off, back down we go, then the other. Remember, drawing up the pelvic floor, bringing the navel in, and then gradually lifting both off, finding that point of balance. And it might be that you're here to begin with. Gradually you'll be able to straighten and release. So more of an intermediate modification. This helps you practice bringing your arms out parallel. So I have a yoga block. I'm going to place it on its highest setting, and I'm going to extend my legs and bring both heels onto the mat. So I'm finding those sit bones, I'm lengthening the spine, bringing the shoulders back, opening the chest, drawing up the pelvic floor, holding underneath my thighs to begin with, lifting up off the block, and then holding out the arms by the sides. and bringing yourself back down. It may be that you can't let go yet and you're just lifting off the block, right? For a few breaths, all the time, drawing up the pelvic floor and breathing. So gradually, if you keep practicing your modifications, you'll be able to have that strength in the spine, bringing up the pelvic floor to help you balance, pulling everything in, and then maybe you start here, here, and then eventually you reach the full advanced expression, right? You're going to feel it in the hip flexors, you're going to feel it strengthening the spine, and this practice helps you tone your pelvic floor, right? Keep doing it for a few breaths at a time, super gentle, right? It's not how far you can go, it's all about gaining stability and building that strength. So don't forget, boat pose, one of the best ways to strengthen your pelvic floor whilst also improving your balance and stability, your hip health, and strengthening your spine and lower back. And with those modifications, you can work your way up to the full expression. Let me know how you get on, drop me a comment. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos, and grab my free beginners bundle. The link is in the description below. I will see you again very soon.